In 2023, Nadine Jett, a respected divorce lawyer, vanished from Valley Center, California. She was 65, admired for fierce advocacy, leaving behind shocked clients and family. Her foster son, Cedric Von Ferdinand, reported she had died and been cremated. He claimed her ashes were scattered in Mexico, a story that quieted suspicions. For nearly 2 years, Nadine's daughters questioned Cedric's story but lacked proof. In 2025, investigators reopened the case after inconsistencies surfaced in documents. They discovered Cedric had signed himself as Nadine's power of attorney. He used forged paperwork to access her finances, selling assets behind her back. Relatives noticed money missing, homes transferred, and accounts emptied quietly. Cedric claimed it was her wish, citing fake documents and notarized lies. But investigators pressed harder, and cracks appeared in his carefully staged story. In August 2025, cadaver dogs searched the Valley Center ranch for new evidence. Beneath shallow soil, skeletal remains were discovered wrapped in decayed fabric. Forensics confirmed the remains were Nadine's, ending 2 years of family limbo. The discovery shocked California's legal community, mourning a beloved colleague. Cedric was arrested, charged with fraud, forgery, and concealing human remains. Prosecutors hinted homicide charges may follow pending further forensic reports. Court filings revealed Cedric had declared Nadine cremated without any proof. He even produced a fake death certificate listing foreign cremation as cause. The lies unraveled as evidence piled, exposing his betrayal and elaborate fraud. Nadine's daughters cried in court, accusing Cedric of desecrating their mother's legacy. The ranch became a crime scene, tents rising over the shallow grave investigators dug. Neighbors described Cedric as cold, withdrawn, living quietly on the property. Many now believe he killed Nadine for control of her estate and wealth. Prosecutors allege he misled family for months, pocketing her finances unchecked. Court records revealed Cedric wrote checks to himself in Nadine's forged name. He used stolen funds to cover debts and gamble, sinking deeper into desperation, detectives painted. Picture of greed turned deadly, son preying on foster mother. The Valley Center ranch became symbol of betrayal buried in California soil. Media headlines screamed, lawyer buried in ranch, horror, son arrested. Community members lit candles outside Nadine's former office, remembering her. Her colleagues praised her brilliance, calling her a warrior for families in pain. Vigils grew across Valley Center, each candle burning for truth and justice. Social media trended. #Justice for Nadine. Outrage at Cedric's betrayal spreading fast. Relatives demanded answers. Why did Cedric lie, and what truly happened in 2023? Investigators believe Nadine died in December, but cause of death still unknown. Skeletal remains revealed little, only confirming identity through dental records. Cedric remained silent, refusing interviews as lawyers prepared defense strategy. Prosecutors promised full justice, saying Nadine's story would not be buried again. Court hearings drew crowds, each detail exposing layers of fraud and betrayal. Locals whispered Cedric had always been secretive, hiding behind false charm. Nadine's disappearance was brushed aside too quickly, now fueling deeper suspicion. Experts said Cedric's forged signatures were sloppy, his lies poorly maintained. But grief blinded family until financial losses forced a second look at records. Forensic accountants uncovered missing millions, traced back to Cedric's hands. His scheme unraveled, exposing lies about cremation and Mexican death papers. Police announced Nadine's burial site as proof of Cedric's deception and crime. Neighbors described eerie nights, dogs barking where Nadine's grave now marked. Paranormal whispers rose, locals claimed to hear her voice crying across fields. The ranch grew infamous, symbol of both horror and unanswered questions. Did Cedric murder Nadine outright, or conceal a death for profit and control? Prosecutors said motive was greed, a hunger for inheritance and financial power. His trial promises to expose darker truths about family betrayal and fraud. Nadine's daughters vowed never to stop until Cedric faces murder conviction. Vigils outside courthouse grew larger, chants of justice for Nadine echoing. Legal experts called the case a chilling intersection of fraud, family, and murder. Journalists compared it to horror film's lawyer buried in her own ranch by son. Social media users called Cedric California's ranch butcher and fraudulent son. Evidence pointed to calculated deception, not random misfortune or accident. Yet questions linger: how exactly did Nadine die in 2023? Autopsy limited by skeletal remains cause may never be certain for investigators. Still, prosecutors argue concealment itself shows guilty knowledge and intent. The Valley Center Ranch became haunted ground, crime scene and graveyard entwined. Families nearby avoid the property, fearing its soil carries restless spirits. Psychics claimed to sense Nadine's presence, guiding searchers to her shallow grave. The case gained national attention, sparking debates on elder abuse and fraud. Experts warned guardianship fraud is rising, often hidden until death unearths truth. Nadine's story now stands as warning. Trust can be weapon in hands of betrayers. Prosecutors promised her voice will be heard again through truth and justice. Colleagues wrote tributes. She fought for families, and now we fight for her. Media painted Cedric as calculating, masking cruelty under forged paperwork. His defense claimed innocence, saying fraud does not prove he caused her death. But prosecutors countered. Fraud and forgery were only part of darker crime. The shallow grave proved concealment, burial without dignity or consent. Emotional testimonies filled courtrooms, family crying through hearings. Journalists documented every twist. Feeding America's hunger for true crime, paranormal bloggers tied case to curses. Ranch seen as place where truth screams. Locals refused to walk near, calling it the ranch of secrets and shadows. National outlets replayed drone footage of grave, haunting images of soil. Hashtag Valley Center mystery spread, uniting voices demanding answers. California prosecutors vowed Cedric's trial would expose full scale of betrayal. Legal experts debated whether fraud charges would escalate to full homicide. DNA confirmed remains as Nadine, though time erased cause of death's details. For family, proof was enough. She was killed, her body buried, her voice silenced. Colleagues mourned, saying California lost a fearless defender of broken families. Nadine's name now symbolizes betrayal, mother buried by son she once nurtured. Each vigil brought more candles, more tears, more chants for truth. The ranch grave became shrine, flowers piled against yellow police tape. Her daughters held signs, "Mom, we found you, we will bring justice." The Valley Center case now haunts California's legal community and beyond. Cedric awaits trial, silent, face unreadable as charges loom heavily above him. Prosecutors promise murder conviction once evidence completes its deadly puzzle. Nadine's daughters pray nightly, promising to speak her name until justice. Valley Center whispers of betrayal, crime, and the lawyer buried in silence. The question remains, who truly was Cedric and why did he betray Nadine so cruelly?